It all starts with a sleepover at Sarah's house. After watching a series of horror movies, the group starts discussing urban legends. The conversation naturally turns to Bloody Mary. Ethan, the skeptical one, dismisses it as nonsense, but Sarah is intrigued. The idea of testing the legend becomes a dare, and Sarah, always up for a challenge, accepts. They head to the bathroom, turn off the lights, and light a single candle. As Sarah stands in front of the mirror, she chants Bloody Mary 3 times. At first, nothing happens, but then a soft whisper fills the room. Not yet. Candle flickers, and a cold chill runs down their spines. They laugh it off as their imagination, but the mood is set. The friends quickly leave the bathroom. Sarah can't shake the feeling of being watched. Over the next few days, strange things begin to happen. Sarah notices subtle changes in her reflection. Her eyes seem darker, her smile a little too wide. At first, she thinks it's just her mind playing tricks. But soon her reflection starts to move independently, mimicking her actions with a slight delay. When she looks away and then back, her reflection is sometimes in a different pose altogether, watching her intently. Ethan and Lily start experiencing similar occurrences. Ethan finds that his reflection smiles even when he's frowning, while Lily's reflection seems to whisper inaudibly. As the occurrences become more frequent and disturbing, they decide to visit Miss Hastings, who is rumored to be knowledgeable about the occult. Miss Hastings is reluctant at first, but eventually tells them the true legend of Bloody Mary. She was a woman wrongfully accused of witchcraft and burned alive. In her last moments, she cursed the townspeople, vowing to return and steal the souls of those who summoned her. But there's a darker part to the legend that's often forgotten. When summoned, she marks her summoners, and their reflections begin to take over their lives, leaving them trapped in a twisted mirror world. Miss Hastings explains that once the process begins, the real person will slowly lose their will to live, while their reflection gains strength and independence. Eventually, the reflection can cross over into the real world, replacing the person entirely. As Sarah, Ethan, and Lily delve deeper, they discover a hidden room in the town library filled with old mirrors covered in cloth. One of them shows the reflection of a woman they recognize as Miss Hastings, but she looks much younger. Miss Hastings confesses that she once summoned Bloody Mary and has been trapped in the mirror world ever since, using her knowledge to prevent others from falling into the same fate. Reflection has been living her life for decades. As the days pass, Sarah, Ethan, and Lily's behavior becomes erratic. They experience vivid nightmares where they're trapped in a mirror maze, pursued by their reflection. The line between reality and the mirror world blurs. Sarah's reflection becomes increasingly hostile, leaving messages written in steam on the bathroom mirror. "I'm coming, and you can't hide." Ethan's reflection begins appearing in places he's not, causing him to question his sanity. Lily becomes withdrawn, her reflection whispering to her, promising freedom from her fears and anxieties if she just lets go. In a desperate attempt to break the curse, they try to smash the mirrors. They find that the reflections are unharmed and even seem amused. Miss Hastings warns them that destroying the mirrors could trap them forever in the mirror world, leaving their reflections free. The tension reaches its peak when Sarah, Ethan, and Lily decide to confront their reflection. They lock themselves in separate rooms with mirrors and attempt to communicate with the beings on the other side. The reflections reveal their true nature. They are the darkest parts of their personality, given form by Bloody Mary's curse. They feed on fear and despair, growing stronger as their counterparts weaken. In a harrowing climax, Sarah's reflection tries to drag her into the mirror. Ethan fights his reflection's attempts to replace him, and Lily's reflection tempts her with promises of. Just as Sarah is about to succumb, Miss Hastings arrives, revealing that the only way to defeat the reflection is to confront their own darkest truth and accept. Only by embracing their fears and flaws can they regain control. Sarah faces the guilt she feels for neglecting her sister. Ethan admits his fear of vulnerability, and Lily confronts her self-loathing. In a moment of catharsis, they all manage to push their reflections back, breaking the connection. The mirrors shatter and they collapse, exhausted but alive. Weeks pass and life slowly returns to normal. However, they all carry the scars of their ordeal. Sarah becomes more protective of Lily, and Ethan becomes more open about his feelings. Miss Hastings, however, warns them that Bloody Mary's curse never truly ends. The mirror world remains, and the reflections will always be watching, waiting for another chance. One evening, as Sarah is getting ready for bed, she notices something unsettling in the bathroom mirror. For a fleeting moment, she sees not her own face but that of Bloody Mary, smiling wickedly. Sarah blinks, and the vision is gone, leaving her with a deep, unsettling feeling. The story ends with Sarah's final thoughts, questioning whether they truly escaped or if they are still trapped in another layer of the mirror's deception. As she turns off the lights, the last thing the reader sees is her reflection, lingering a moment longer than it should, eyes gleaming with an ominous glow. The tale of Reflections of Silence is a chilling exploration of the human psyche, where the greatest horror comes from within. The twist of Bloody Mary not just stealing souls, but replacing people with their darkest selves, adds a modern and psychological dimension. The classic urban legend, the sad ending leaves a lingering sense of unease, as the characters are forever marked by their encounter, never quite free from the shadows of their reflection.